Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining us here at Westhaven Gold's channel. Today, we're sitting here with Shaun Pollard, CFO, founder, and director, instead of Gareth today. Shaun, how are you doing?
I can't complain. How about yourself?
I'm doing pretty well myself. Can you give people just a brief background about yourself and your experience and how you got involved with this?
Sure. Prior to Westhaven, I was involved in capital markets. So specifically, I'd help natural resource companies raise capital. I helped position themselves so that when the time came, they had access to the funds that was required to advance their properties. And prior to forming Westhaven with Gareth Thomas, Gren Thomas, and Vic Tanaka,
Mhm.
I'd raised money for a company that Gareth was working for. Gareth's company was bought out. It was acquired by a company in the US. And so he was looking to start something new. I had just finished my MBA and I was looking to start something new. And so he and I together came up with the idea, well, let's form a company. And Westhaven was born from that. That was back in 2010. And we went public in 2011.
Perfect, perfect. So tell me more about your role there now.
Well, as a founder, as a CFO, and as a director here, I'm sort of I do whatever needs to be done whenever it needs to be done. We often joke here that in addition to my roles as CFO, I also assist with investor relations. I assist with corporate development. If a waste basket needs cleaning, emptying, I'll do that as well. If the windows need washing. Something else to remember as well about Westhaven is the founders, we're the largest shareholder group.
Mhm.
And so, again, when I tell you that we'll do anything to advance the company, we mean it. It's in our best interest, and this means we're heavily aligned with the rest of our shareholders too.
Agreed, agreed. That's something Gareth and I had touched on multiple times. And from there, Shaun, thank you for that intro and your background and everything. Talk about some of the recent developments now. What's been going on lately?
Well, I'm talking to you now from our head office in Vancouver, but Westhaven's home is the city of Merritt. And Merritt has had first the forest fires in the summer and now the floods.
Yeah.
We're fortunate that our staff is safe, accounted for. We temporarily suspended drilling operations at our Shovel Nose Gold property. But again, temporarily, we expect to be up and running and drilling again here very shortly, at the latest early 2022. So we're paying close attention to the evacuation order in Merritt. We're excited to get back there. But more recently, we've had two news releases, one of which was we added a gentleman by the name of Paul McRae to the board as an independent director. Paul has 4 decades of mine building experience. And we're very lucky to have someone with Paul's gravitas join. I mean, one of our key goals here is to build a project that's attractive for a mid-tier or a major to acquire. And so someone that's been on the other side like Paul, someone that knows what mid-tiers and majors are looking for, his expertise should come, well, it's very advantageous for us to sort of build a product meant for what they're looking for. And then just before that, we also announced a component of our inaugural maiden resource. So one of our goals for 2021 was to produce this maiden resource on the South Zone, which is a tiny portion of our Shovel Nose Gold property here. We're talking about 600 meters of strike length on a property that's 170 square kilometers. But one of the components to this maiden resource report that it will be out early 2022 as well. So again, a huge catalyst early next year was the metallurgy. And the initial metallurgical news we put out a couple of weeks back is the recoveries of 95% gold and 96% silver. It's non-refractory. The material is amenable to your standard flotation, your standard industry flow sheet. So it's a very good start on metallurgy. And 95% gold, 96% recoveries there. I mean, we could probably add an extra point or two as we do more metallurgy further down the line. But before our drilling operations were suspended, we had completed 40,000 meters of drilling this year. We have 36 holes that we're waiting on assays for. So looking forward into the future, potential catalysts, in addition to the inaugural maiden resource that's coming out early January. Again, it's in the process right now. It's in the process of being completed. We're hoping to put the news release out with the numbers early January. That we believe that'll be a catalyst. But with 36 drill holes waiting on assays, no shortage of news flow, assays, drill results into the near future too. And then once we start drilling again, one of the benefits about being able to drill throughout the winter is a lot of BC can't. And so what that means is the lab turnaround times get much quicker. At the end of the summer, turnaround times are 3 months. by the time we're back up and drilling again, say January, February, turnaround times are 1 month. So no shortage of drill assays on the horizon, no shortage of other potential catalysts such as the resource, the inaugural maiden resource, and we'll be up and drilling again here in the very near term too. And also with $4.5 million cash in the treasury, we don't need to raise money anytime soon either. So we're in a very good position right now.
Yeah, agreed, Shaun. You can't really control the acts of God, so to speak, the fires, the floods, but it really shows that your team has really stuck to their guns, kept your heads down, keeping the momentum going, adding the necessary people to the team. And it really seems like you're set up for a really strong early 2022 here. Like you said, lots of catalysts in the bag, just waiting to go. So how do you feel about it overall personally? What are you looking forward to the most?
I'm looking forward to starting drilling again because when we finished drilling, the plan was earlier this year, we announced just under 16 meters and 9+ grams at the FMN zone. Now, the inaugural resource is coming out on the south zone. The FMN zone is 2.5 kilometers away. If the FMN is anywhere close to being as good as the south zone, well, we're that much closer to being able to demonstrate to the market that we're sitting on a multi-million ounce project here. And again, this is off a highway, this is near a city, and this is a tier 1 jurisdiction. I mean, you just saw big news in BC recently was Newcrest acquiring Pretium for $18 a share. Well, you have the majors in BC already, and it's rare to have something like a high grade, like a new high grade gold discovery, so close to a city off a highway.
Yeah. Yeah, about the logistics and operations of where things are placed is a big part of the game when it comes to being looked at by majors, right? So you guys are in a great spot and everything. Go on.
I was just going to say is when we start up drilling again, we're going to start up drilling at the FMN zone, as the plan was to drill a grid pattern there. So we're looking at 50-meter spacings and then 50, the whole space, 50 meters across sections, what have you. But we think we're going to be able to potentially look at generating a resource there later in the year, later next year too. And the idea being is that given the style of mineralization we're dealing with the shovel nose, which is low sulfidation epithermals, we're going to focus on building up the property's mineral inventory. And you do that by finding these high grade pods, right? And so the south zone is vein zone 1. The FMN is vein zone 1. We have 4 kilometers of strike length on this vein zone. And now like pearls on a string, we're finding these high grade pods along it. So a few more of these pods put together and we'll be off to the races, and we'll be able to the market at that point in time, it'll be very, very tough for them to discount the fact we're looking at, again, potentially a multi-million ounce discovery off a highway near a city.
Agreed. You guys heard it here first, and we hope everybody keeps following us along this journey. Shaun, I really appreciate you coming on and talking. If anyone has any questions for Shaun or Gareth or anybody else on the team, of course, don't be afraid to send them over to us. Shaun, do you have anything else you want to add before we go?
No, please. If any questions or comments, please just reach out. We're very easy to get a hold of. Numbers 604-681-5558. And my email address is first initial last name, so SPOLLARD @westhavengold.com. We're always happy to talk to investors, either current or potential. And again, there's no shortage of near-term catalysts, whether that's the assays from the 36 holes pending, the maiden resource coming out early next year, the restart of drilling campaigns, etc. So stay tuned.
Wonderful. Very well said, Shaun. Everyone, you can check it out on the website link below as well. Everyone have a wonderful day.